Hello everyone, Milan here, and today I'm going to state my opinion on every single Minecraft mob vote. Ever since 2017, every year except for 2019, even though 2018 had two, has it had a mob vote. At least one. So I'm going to go back and look at all of them with my knowledge of today, and looking at how cool they could have been, and stating which options from each year I liked the most and the least. And to end this off, I'm going to say my opinion on the current mob votes, which, you know. So, there have been a total of 6 mob votes across Minecraft. And the 2017 one was where the most hated mob was added. First off, I'm going to just start with, I do not want oceans to be more dangerous. I already die in them a lot because of accidentally coming across a monument or drowned with a trident. And the barnacle would just be the bane of my existence. The one I would want the second least, with my knowledge of today, is the wildfire. First off, because it would probably just be like a rip-off of the blaze or like a boss fight, which could make like speedruns hard or something, even though I don't care about those. And either way, it was added in Minecraft Dungeons, so even if we didn't get it here, we would still get it eventually, so it doesn't even matter. So do I want the Great Hunger or the Freezer of the Night Skies, aka Phantom? Even though the Phantom is annoying, I want to know, how would the Great Hunger fit in with the ocean update? There was the options were a nether mob, a ocean mob, a mob that attacks you if you have insomnia, but can also go underwater, and something that I'm pretty sure, like, tunnels underground and sneaks up or something. But honestly, the Phantom, it's just so annoying. I don't know how the Great Hunger would fit in with the update at all. Maybe it would only, like, digging through the ground that's underwater. I don't know. But I still would like it a lot more than the Phantom. Okay, we're done with the 2017 vote. So now for the 2018 China edition vote. There were 2 in 2018. So there were 5 options. The White Dolphin had the least votes, and I can definitely see why, because the previous update was the ocean update where normal dolphins were added. A pink dolphin does seem cool, but first off, the name of it is just wrong, and second of all, there's already dolphins. Based on what Mojang has said about not adding stuff like sharks or crocodiles because they're real and dangerous and they don't want, like, kids going up and seeing what they actually are, I feel like even if the alligator did win the China edition vote, it wouldn't be added to the rest of the updates. So, yeah. And honestly, out of these, it's really about the fact that all of them have a different word in front of their name. Even though when the panda was added, the giant panda was added, it ended up just becoming the normal panda, but whatever. The real question is, would I think it's more likely that they would add a panda, a deer, or a monkey in the future? Deer aren't really the most interesting animal in the world, but they have meat, and they could be a new mob for stuff like plains biomes. So I wouldn't vote it for that reason. And even though both of the options are great, The thing is, the panda ended up being cuter than it looked in the original picture, but the golden monkey already looks cute. Imagine how much cuter it could have been. And still, like, wait, actually, I take it back. Because bamboo was added along the panda because it was its food, and that would later be able to become bamboo wood. You know what bamboo also makes? Scaffolding. Imagine how much of a nightmare that building would be without scaffolding. And what would a golden monkey even do? I mean, sure, the panda's kind of useless, but it bringing the bamboo along with it is enough for me to choose it. For the rest of the world, the 2018 vote was between which 3 biomes would be updated, which all happened to have a mob that was shown with it. The Badlands with the vulture, the swamp with the frog, and the mountains with the goat. Something I just want to mention is even though the mountains won the vote, the frog still was added recently, and I think the vulture will still be added. And because of the fact that the frog was added recently, I would choose it. So would I rather have something that steals my stuff when I die in the Badlands, or something that pushes me off cliffs? Okay, now for the 2020 mob votes. One of the most infamous ones. I'm just going to go out here and say it. Glow squid I am not choosing. Even the glow item frames and glow ink, I mean, it can make it so your stuff stands out more at night. Or maybe if you dye signs to make it clearer that it's dyed and what it actually says. Or so you can actually read the text on dark oak signs. But I don't know if it's just me, but when this update was added, it felt like the text on signs got darker or lighter. It just felt different. So the glow squid, the glow ink sac, that was the solution to it. But I would not choose it. And honestly, the Iceologer, we already have enough hostile mobs. And if I knew how to vote in the mob vote back in 2020, I would have voted for the Moobloom. I've been playing it ever since 2018, so I obviously couldn't vote in the first one. I had no clue what the mob vote was in 2018, and I'm pretty sure that when I did start playing, which was like in July, was after the 2018 mob vote happened. I mean, I know this year's one is obviously happening inside of... Wait a minute. Yeah, this one is happening inside of October. Well, at the same time, I was just first getting into Minecraft and didn't really even play it that much. But whatever. I wanted the Moobloom to be in, but I was devastated when it lost the first round. The 2021 vote. The thing is, even though the Copper Golem was by far my favorite one of these, and I wanted it to be in so badly, it obviously didn't. Because the blue mob always wins. It's an unspoken rule of the mob vote. And that is why the crab will win the 2023 vote. I mean, sure, the Rascal was the blue mob in 2022, but the Sniffer has cyan on it. Not to mention that it got more votes than the Tough Golem. The thing is, what would the glare even be useful for? The Allays, I mean, when they were added, the Vex was redesigned. Okay. And also the Copper Golem. Some people just have access to an Xbox and have no friends that play Minecraft and no access to the internet. So how would they find out how to build a Copper Golem? Let alone how would they find out what a Snow Golem is? How would they find out what a Wither is? I mean, maybe they would accidentally place 3 Wither skulls inside of a Soul Sand Valley and it would be born, but Yeah, that's a pretty weird coin. That would be kind of weird. Not to mention that, how would they even find out that the Nether existed? Even though the copper golem, I think it's adorable and I love it, it's just so many people just wouldn't even know it existed. Because they wouldn't have access to the internet and they wouldn't know how to build one. They aren't going to put a lightning rod on top of a block of copper with a button on its nose, and with a button on the block, and press it. Which I'm pretty sure is how you build it. I don't know. So even though I love the copper golem, I feel like it would be the least practical to add. So the allay or the glare. As much as I wanted the copper golem to win the vote, overall the allay is the best option. The 2022 vote, the most one-sided of them all, because the sniffer had 54% of the votes and they didn't need a second round. I was honestly rooting for the tough golem. Wow, shocker. But same reasons as before, I don't know how somebody would discover it existed. Plus, I don't even know how it would be made. I mean, the rascal would be something interesting for the mine shafts, but whatever. The thing is, you could argue the same thing with a sniffer. How would someone find out it existed? Maybe, just maybe, they were playing Java Edition, they get some copper, they unlock the recipe, they make a brush, they find sus sand in the temple, they try it out, they get shards, and then they find out what the brush does. Honestly, the rascal, it just can't compare to the sniffer. And now the 2023 votes. My opinion that really matters in this video. I think I can just say the obvious thing, or maybe not say it. The crab or the armadillo? Would I value more reach distance even though I play Bedrock and the reach distance is already pretty good? Or wolf armor so I don't become depressed after my dogs die? Bye.